So it is day 82. I am in Istanbul, Turkey, and it's been beautiful here. We're only here for a couple of days and then we're moving on to a whole other place. But I haven't made many recordings because drama happened. I threw my back out a long time ago, and so every now and then I get this crazy back pain. We flew here on Turkish Airlines, and for some, just we didn't have good seats. And by we, I'm saying it was me and my mom traveling. We're going to meet up with my fiance and spend the holidays together. That's Christmas and New Year's. So we traveled here, and because we bought our tickets separately, we waited to book our seats when we got to the airport so we could sit together. And when we did that, unfortunately, what happened was we got terrible seats. In the middle row, middle aisle, what do you call it? The center seats. And so neither one of us got a window, neither one of us had anything to lean on, and the seats were very tight. Anyway, long story short, my back really didn't like. It was really angry. My back was really messed up. From that point on, my mom needed assistance with like wheelchair help and all of that. So I had to carry a bunch of the bags, and they were very heavy. So I did that. By the time we got to the hotel, my back was hurting, but I thought I'd be okay. We went out the next day for some sightseeing, and I could feel my back just sort of like disintegrating. Really, it felt really like the back of my back was just crumbling. The bottom of my back was so painful. I would lay down and it wouldn't help. I couldn't sit. Sitting was extremely painful. Walking was painful. It started to affect my leg. Anyway, this story is getting very long. I held out for 2 days. By the second night, I guess, I knew I couldn't take it anymore. I knew that I was done. So what I did, I ended up calling emergency services. So I ended up in a hospital because I physically couldn't move, and anything I tried, any part of me that I tried to move, it was excruciating pain. There was no way I was going to continue that way. So I went to a hospital. Well, I called for emergency help. Really what I wanted was someone to go and someone to just release the pain. The problem with the pain, and this is what's balloon related. Sorry, I'm rambling because I'm standing out in the street. And anyway, the problem with the pain is that when you have this balloon, let me show you something. You can't take anti-inflammatories. And orally, you can't take them. I knew this, and I talked about it when I had my period, that you can't, trying to find this card, you can't get, you're not allowed to take them because they create a very strong possibility of ulcer with the balloon. They warn you over and over, do not take any NSAID, NSIAD medication. Sorry, hands everywhere. I don't use a tripod, as you can see. You can't take NSAIDs while you have the balloon in you. In fact, you can't take NSAIDs when you have kind of any gastric intervention. Sorry, hold on. One minute, please. Okay, so they so I couldn't just get I couldn't just go to a pharmacy and just go anywhere and buy ibuprofen, which is what I would normally take, which would stop the inflammation in my back and let me live a normal life. It got so bad I couldn't move. I called the front desk, but by then it was already like after midnight, and the quote 24-hour pharmacy in the neighborhood closed at midnight, so there was no one who was going to be able to even go get me something. I looked up online what I could take if I couldn't take the ibuprofen and the anti-inflammatory, and I saw on a website that there are these two creams or gels that work for the back, and they had two names, Panadol and Paxamol, I think. So I really was I was hoping the front desk could send someone to a pharmacy to get some. They, of course, because it's a hotel, they were concerned like, oh my God, this guest hurt themselves here. Let's make sure we have everything taken care of for her. So they called an ambulance. So I ended up in this ambulance riding to a hospital I don't know. My mother can't come. You know what? I'm going to tell this story differently. I'm going to tell the story when I have time to sit down and focus on it. Because right now I'm like looking for the taxi, seeing if my mom is okay with the bags, and I'm out in the street. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about on this trip from the beginning was this card that I received, right? And you see that the front has the brand name of the balloon. When you open up the card, it has a bunch of information about the date the balloon was placed, the date the balloon is going to be taken out, the doctor who placed the balloon, the contact information of that doctor, and a very clear description of what the product is, what's inside you, what it does, and what it's doing. And then in emergencies, what to do, which is basically just says call a physician. I needed to show that to explain that I could not receive an oral anti-inflammatory. I couldn't find that card. When I had my whole my whole incident. How about that? I couldn't find the cards. I had to explain all this to 2 EMTs and the hotel manager who spoke broken English, and the 2 EMTs who spoke no English. I ended up getting to the hospital. Thankfully, they did understand when I said, look, I can't take anti-inflammatories. I have a balloon in me. This is Turkey after all. And in fact, they do a lot of these here. So it wasn't actually unheard of when I went there. The nurse said, okay, got it. They gave me an IV with several different kinds of pain meds. I had the IV, it was like a half hour. And then I felt like pretty immediately, within an hour, I felt a lot less pain. I won't say no pain, a lot less pain. And then by the time I got back home, it was down to like a dull pain. And since then I've been up, jumping, running. Like my mom was even like, you're jumping out of bed to get like something from across the room. It's a whole different me. Oh my God, you got to see. This is the cutest thing ever. Look at this kitty. Can you see that? This is what I love about Turkey. It's just cats everywhere. Oh, talk about cats everywhere. There was a cat in the hospital. There were cats in the hospital, and there was a little kitten that just someone put her, actually this kind of crazy guy in the emergency room was like trying to give the cat to my mom, and he put her on my bed, and she literally laid here and she just nuzzled, and she just immediately snuggled in and took a nap while I was waiting, and she didn't want to go until I was released. It was so cute. It was so cute. I'll put a picture up. Anyway, I just wanted to hurry up and make this because we're leaving Turkey in a couple of hours, waiting for the taxi cab, and then we're going on. We will be, boom, wait for it, in Kazakhstan. That's where we're spending Christmas and New Year's, Kazakhstan. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Again, it's too much of a story to tell really quickly on a corner in Istanbul on my way out of the country. But I wanted to at least begin it here in Istanbul. It's a cloudy, rainy day. The weather's actually been crap these 4 days. But I wanted to capture a little bit of something, and I have not because I am on a back alley. But I have to say, it's gorgeous here. My favorite place in Turkey is still Kaş. That's our home. But Istanbul, I could definitely do this again when I had more time. You need at least a week. There's too much to see and it's far too big. But this neighborhood is hella fun. And it's a nice family visit place. Like my mom is having a really good time. Anyway, okay. So that's my one balloon bit of news. That I had extreme pain and I couldn't take the medication that I needed. So I got, oh my God, there's another kitty here. Can you see this? Wait, where is he? There he is. Hey, kitty. I love not just the cats are everywhere, but that everybody is so kind to cats and treats cats so well. That's what I love. Something good about people who treat street animals well. So when I see well-fed cats and dogs with a nip in the ear that says that they've been immunized, everyone leaves out some kibble and some water bowls for the street animals. That is a people with good souls. That's what I think. Okay, I look like crap because today it's just been a day. Also, TMI, but I came here and literally like 5 minutes into being in Istanbul, my period started. And I thought, oh God, great. So that means I can't visit the hammams, which is my favorite thing ever. Which is why I feel fat and gross and I tried not to eat everything, but I ate a lot of things. But I ate very vegan, so it's nothing bad. But I could have lost weight here if I had been going to the hammams. Instead, I probably have maybe gained a pound or two. Certainly have plateaued here. We'll see what Kazakhstan does to my figure and my face. Ugh, I hate when my cheeks are fat like this. I'm gonna have this here. Anyway, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Bye. Sorry, 10 minutes. I didn't want to do that.